From far and wide, Oilers fans, this is Dolynny TV. And welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers game previews here on Dolynny TV. As today, guys, it is a major game for our Edmonton Oilers against the San Jose Sharks at 2 o'clock. So this game preview coming up around the same time as it normally would on a Saturday. However, we only have a couple more hours till game time at this point, and the big question remains, what are we going to see out of the Oilers? Because now there's a lot of storylines going into this game, like a lot. I am talking, the Oilers made some massive moves yesterday. I kept thinking, hey, I got to do a video. I got to do a video on that. I got to do a video. And essentially the moves still haven't stopped coming because now we have some confirmation on what has happened with Valentin Zykov. So let's maybe go take a look here at what the lines are going to be looking like, and then I'll break down a couple of the moves, and then I'll break down what I'm looking for out of the Oilers, and then kind of what the Sharks are probably going to do to us this afternoon. Already said it once. Keep a counter. Maybe tell me in the comments how many times I screw up this evening and this afternoon. Either which way, the top line looks as such. No Nugent Hopkins up there, but there is a Ty Rattie. Draisaitl, McDavid, Rattie is the top line. According to practice yesterday, these are subject to change based on one thing I'll get to in a second. Caggiula, Nugent Hopkins, Puljujarvi. Puljujarvi continues to build confidence on that second line. Continue to build confidence with Ryan Nugent Hopkins. That's the key right there. I don't think the Oilers are sold on playing Puljujarvi on the second or first line, but the issue being is he plays well with Nugent Hopkins. So you got to keep him on that second line. Now, Lucic, Kara, Spooner. So that's a brand new line. We haven't seen that. Maybe a couple of times out on the ice accidentally kind of deal. But this line, now that Kara's back, Kara was generating. He was being a force out there with Nugent Hopkins and Puljujarvi earlier on before his suspension. Now he gets a chance to generate his own line. Maybe, as I've said several times this year, this is the spark Lucic needs. Spooner, you know what? The weird thing about Spooner is he looks absolutely dangerous, and then he is a dud for the rest of the game. Like, he'll have two good chances, either in the first or second period, and then you don't see the guy the rest of the game unless he scores late in the game, which has happened already once or twice this season. Now, the fourth line is a true fourth line. I have no problem with this fourth line. This is half decent. I will take this all the way. Reeder, Brodziak, and Kazian. That's a fourth line. That is a legitimate, okay, Oilers fans? That is a legitimate fourth line in today's NHL. That's all right. You got speed threats, and you got a guy that can win faceoffs. That's all you need on a fourth line in the NHL nowadays. Bella, hey, psst, psst. Get the cat out from under the tree before she knocks down all the balls, and I go ball chasing instead of watching the Oilers game. Now, the defense is where, of course, things kind of get messy every time we talk about this Oilers team. Nurse, Larson, Jones, Benning, Gravel, and Wideman. Now, Garrison and Russell are sitting out, but here's the thing. Skated in full did Russell on Friday and partnered up with Garrison, and it's possible that he could enter the lineup today. So we'll keep track of that. He is the most probable guy not scheduled to be in the lineup that could be in the lineup. Another guy, however, that could be in the lineup for the Oilers this afternoon. Like, these lineups, like I said, are subject to change. After we sent Valentin Zykov on waivers for assignment, he got picked up by the Vegas Golden Knights about 45 minutes ago, okay? That move's done. Zykov done in Edmonton. Goodbye. Don't know why we even bothered with him. Wasted our time kind of deal. No, the big thing here is Kyler Yamamoto replaces Alex Chiasson on the roster. Chiasson comes off injury, or goes on injury reserve, and Kyler Yamamoto, who I think by looking at the stats has had 4 points in his last 4 AHL games, gets the call-up. Now, this is not a move I'm sold on, because essentially this is just a stopgap measure. And again, the Oilers are looking at a young kid with a lot of potential, a lot of promise to do stopgap measure things. Essentially, that's what Puljujarvi was. Yes, I understand that Hitchcock has had his plan for him. There's kind of more to Puljujarvi, but the thing is, that means there's less to this Yamamoto move than there was to the Puljujarvi move, which just in my mind makes it a stopgap measure to get a kid who's got skill, got some hands, can finish the puck when he gets it, if given the chance, in place of Chiasson. I don't like the move. I don't think it's the right move. Yes, okay, if it's a long-term move and all of a sudden Yamamoto comes in and starts making a difference and putting up a point every second game, yeah, okay, not bad. But the problem is now you got to replace that goal every 3-4 periods out of Chiasson, essentially. And I don't think the Oilers can do that. It's just not possible with a Yamamoto, Puljujarvi, Ratty, Kajula, Lucic, Spooner in your top 9. It's just not going to happen. So you got to think that I honestly would have been more comfortable bringing up Patrick Russell again. I would have been. Or somebody else, Joseph Gambardella, somebody like that. Somebody who's gotten limited cracks but hasn't got a lot of time. Yes, I understand Yamamoto's had limited cracks as well. But honestly, I would have taken one of the other guys rather than Yamamoto in this situation. But like I said, if he comes in, lights it up, I'll eat my words and I'll be wrong for the millionth time so far this season. I have no friggin' problem with that, guys. You know I have no problem with that because you guys keep me honest and I love engaging, and when I'm wrong and try and fight my way out of a paper bag sometimes. That's all I can do. So guys, let's have a quick chat here about the goaltending matchup for today. Yes, we're on target. All right. So Cam Talbot in net for the Edmonton Oilers. He came in and pretty much salvaged the game for the Edmonton Oilers against Vancouver Canucks. Problem is we couldn't finish chances, so Cam Talbot gets his chance to come in and say, hey, hold on, Mikko, I love what you've done. Thank you so much for picking me up when I was down. Now I'm going to pick you up when you are down. That's essentially what this goaltending tandem has to do. Problem is, do I trust Cam Talbot to do that? Not really. I really don't. However, Cam Talbot's had another kind of season like last year. Inconsistencies, great at times, bad at times, mostly on the weaker end every game. But you know what? Sometimes when a goaltender is given that chance to pick up his tandem mate and say, hey, you know what? We've both had our struggles. We've both had our excellencies this year. Let's go out and show that when you falter, I pick up. When I falter, you pick up. And ain't nobody getting the Oilers goaltending tandem down. That's essentially the mentality, like I said. If they can do that, that may very well absolutely screw up the San Jose Sharks this afternoon. Look at me, go. I got it this afternoon. Now what I want to tell you is Cam Talbot's stats, because I saw them before going into the game the other night. I saw when he had just gotten pulled into the game. So let's see his stats. Showing right here. Oh man, those are a lot of advanced analytics on a goaltender. Gee, he's 896 save percentage, right? It climbed a little bit. It was 894 last I checked. And a 311 goals against average. So now Cam Talbot, if he can get in there and get himself a shutout or a 1-goal performance, what I'd take is a 2-1 victory late into overtime. That would be essential. I would love to see that out of Cam Talbot, given the fact he'd get the extra 5 minutes to lower his GAA in one game, plus the factor being there is he would get the chance to get a couple more saves and get that save percentage above 900. If he can face about 37 shots and save 36, 35 today, we are going to be styling. That's the key. Is yes, okay, we can talk about the forwards, we can talk about the defense, but the problem with this Oilers team, every single game this year, essentially, that the Hitchcock system hasn't worked in, or that McClellan's coached, the problem is, if it's not one thing, it's the other. You want to write off the Oilers season in one line? That is the line right there, my fellow Oilers fans. If it isn't one thing, it's the other. And tonight, this afternoon, there's number 2, cannot afford to do that against the San Jose Sharks. They will eat us alive, metaphorically and literally, on the score sheet. They will just absolutely destroy us. Can't afford that. And I don't want to see that. The Oilers need a big performance today to try and save face almost in the Pacific Division. We were doing all right. We were like in 3rd spot at one point. Now we're in the 5th wildcard spot. And now it's just getting more and more gritty as we go along, because the NHL standings are getting a little bit too much fun to handle for Oilers fans. We sit at 39 points. Calgary sits at 49. So, I mean, you want to look at it. From 6th to 1st, it's a 10-point gap. That's 5 wins. You take or lose a couple. You know what? Honestly, it's 8-9 games to get to the top of the division. No problem there, especially given the Flames faltering of late. Yes, they've won a game, but let's hold off on them. Problem is, we need to stop our 4-game skid. Kind of combine those two words right there. And essentially what that's going to take, the problem is we're a -11 on the goal column. Well, guess what? Go score some goals, get Cam Talbot to stop some pucks, and start climbing those standings again. The benefit here, boys, is Calgary's got 38 games played. Everybody else either has 39 or 40. So we're a game, 2 games, or 3 games back of everybody. So we have some room to move pre-All-Star game. That's going to be a key for the Oilers. And tonight, you got to, 3 times, this afternoon, pardon me, you got to get this W and start shifting the mentality on the standings. Start from the bottom, work your way to the top. Like I said, it's 5 wins. However, you got to do it within 8 or 9 games and try and get to the top of the Pacific. The only way to do that is to beat the San Jose Sharks, who are in 2nd place in the Pacific Division. And essentially, if the Oilers can't handle the Sharks this afternoon, we are going to be in a hurting place. A 5-game losing streak, injured defensemen, injured forwards. Guess what? Write it off. We've got another top 10 pick. But I am not ready to do that this afternoon. I'm hopefully going to be sitting here, same thing as you see right now, streaming the game, yelling about the game as I watch it on TV for you guys back at home. Hopefully you're watching the game as well, and we can talk in real time what you guys think about the game. Anyway, that's my game preview. I'm going to leave you right here where it sits. I'm Tyson. This has been Dolynny TV. Thank you for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one.